Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Russ back again with some more Madden 19 Ultimate Team. Today we're playing some MUT drafts, though. Gonna switch it up a bit. I've been posting a lot of MUT, and the last other gameplay I posted was a Lions gameplay, so regs, and I have not played MUT drafts all year long. So I figured, why not go ahead and switch it up, bring you guys some MUT drafts gameplay. And our first draft did not go all that well. You guys can see our team. It's not that great, man. To be completely honest, we had a couple receivers. We had Allen Robinson, Ted Ginn, and somebody else, but the Ted Ginn was like a veteran 85, something like that. We had 90 overall or 91 overall Adrian Peterson, 92 Nick Foles. Our team was just not that great. That Nick Foles was butt cheeks. Oh my god, he was so bad. Adrian Peterson just felt slow as shit. I mean, I know that everybody's gonna feel slower because you don't have like chemistries, but I don't run chemistry, so honestly all these players are really gonna probably feel the same to me if I were to use them. It's just most of the players I picked in this draft I had never used before. We got, I think, John Johnson at strong safety, or free safety. I'm not even sure. We got a lot of picks in the secondary. But we have two good corners in the Keep Talib. And I think, is it Darius Slay? I know we got two decent corners. We have three solid ones, but our slot corner, I think, is like an 84. So not a terrible draft, man. Not bad. I know we did get a user. So, I mean, this draft wasn't horrible. But it's just we were kind of hindered by not having anybody at running back or quarterback. Like, we didn't really have a threat. I mean, AP was just kind of... You're going to run forward and run into a dude and hope you can truck through him because AP isn't really going to juke or spin anybody out with this fucking 45-year-old version that we have right now. So, I mean, there was nothing I could really do there, and Nick Foles he just felt like he sucked. Like, immediately when I started using him, his release or something was slow. I don't know. I did not like this card at all. There was something about him. It was definitely not that he was a pocket passer. I don't have a problem with a pocket passer. Honestly, I usually play like a pocket passer with a little bit of speed so I can get away. So, I mean, honestly, I'm playing like I normally do. And our first drive goes pretty well. So, I mean, I'm shitting on the players that we got. But Adrian Peterson, man, Nick Foles does end up finding him, and that was just a wide open touchdown. Just an angle route that I don't know if he usered, but maybe he didn't pick anybody at linebacker because I don't understand how you don't have somebody that can keep up with AP. Not sure what his speed is, but I'm pretty sure the 91, it can't be above like 86, 87. Unless they gave him really good speed for some reason. I mean, they may have gave him better. I don't know. I can't remember his speed. But right there, John Johnson III does come up with the pick six. That was easy, man. He threw it right at him, and he had a clear lane down the sideline. But unfortunately, I missed the PAT. Now, I don't do that all that often. I mean, I do miss PATs every once in a while, but ever since I got Focus Kicker, I've been so like ready for that. And this difficulty is all Madden, so it's up from Ultimate Team. It goes from all pro to all Madden. So the kick meter's way fucking faster, man, and I just missed it right there. And I could tell immediately. I was not ready for it. I was not ready for the kick meter. As soon as the kickoff happened, I was like, oh shit. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be hard to get used to. But anyway, man, we ended up missing the PAT. Bottom line, we're up by 2 scores. We're up 13-0. So I'm fine with it. 3rd and 2. Just throw it at him, man. Why the fuck not? We do end up finding a guy named, who is that? I don't even know. But you know what? He's a beast, man. I mean, that guy literally threw it right at me. I mean, I was there from the beginning of the play, and the guy still threw it. I don't know. I guess he just thought he could get it over me. I don't know what that was. But you know what? We end up getting a user pick with, I'm pretty sure, a gold. I mean, not a very fast player. I just kind of stayed in my zone, stayed in my area, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to chase down receivers all the way down the field. So, I don't know. We end up getting the pick. I wasn't expecting a user pick. But right here, the one play that Nick Foles made that really made me, like, go, wow. 4th and 1, ends up throwing it across his body and finding Adrian Peterson, and then AP punches it in from the 5-yard line. I shit on these cards, but you know what? The first game they played was pretty solid, man. I mean, 20-0 to start this game. We do end up making that PAT, thank God. So at least he has to make a couple field goals on top of a couple touchdowns. So, a little bit more effort, I guess. But right now, we're looking at a pretty easy win at this point, man. In the second quarter, 3 minutes left. I mean, this dude just really isn't able to get anything going. I'm kind of giving up the flats at this point. I mean, up by 3 scores. If he wants to dink and dunk his way all the way down the field, right there, I just miss a user flat out, straight up, just miss it. I mean, Deion Jones ended up coming up, or should have came up with a pick. But, unfortunately, we don't. Saquon Barkley taking off, ends up getting about 10 or 15 or close to 15. 1st and 10. He runs a screen, man. Screens don't work. I mean, for real, screens are horrible this year. Nobody runs them. If you do run them, it has to be like really trying to catch your opponent off guard, and you gotta hope that it's perfect. It's right there. Just throw it at me, man. Why the fuck not? 2-time. Let's go, baby. Deion Jones ends up coming up with that one. I know who that guy is. I mean, he's definitely pretty good. 87, I think. Is it Campus Hero? I don't even. No. Campus fucking Hero. Those are the college cards. I'm thinking of the crap, what is it called, man? Is it just Captain Solos? I don't know what it was. 87 Deion Jones, that's the bottom line. A minute 55 before half, the guy ends up calling a timeout. I didn't understand, and then I saw this. Yeah, he ends up rage quitting. You know, I could kind of figure that this game wasn't going to last very much longer. The guy didn't really have a great team, or didn't have a feel for his team or his playbook. I mean, my playbook wasn't great either, but, you know I just have experience. I've played enough Madden to, like, jump into a playbook and, you know, find the plays that I like. Most common plays in playbooks most of the time. So, I mean, I wasn't really having too much trouble with my playbook. That guy just didn't really seem like he knew what he was doing. Pretty sure he was picking from All Madden, or not from All Madden. Got him all over the place. Pretty sure he was picking from Ask Madden. So, I mean, I don't know how far he would have gotten that game anyway. But 20-0, we end up getting the rage quit. So, needless to say, even after shitting on these cards, this was the game that made me hate them. But they played pretty good after this point, man. I can't lie. You know, as far as, like, MUT drafts cards go, maybe Nick Foles is not the worst, but he does end up making some pretty bad throws here in this game. Adrian Peterson's just slow. That's the bottom line. And right here, I make a horrible read. I ended up trying to read a comeback, and Deion Sanders was behind him, and I mistimed it, and that was just an off play by me. Right there, he ends up overthrowing everybody, luckily, man. I was right there for the pick, but he overthrows George Kittle and me. And Alvin Kamara takes off, man. I don't end up going against Alvin Kamara very often in MUT. Rarely ever. I mean, that's the cool thing about MUT drafts. At least we see some new players, some faces we don't usually see. No Mike Vick, thank God, or at least most of the time, I'm assuming. 2nd and 9 does end up finding Kamara. Obviously, he can't catch the ball. He can't run the ball, and right now he's doing both on us. 3rd and 1. Decides to run it with Kamara again, and that time we do plug it up with Deion Jones. I don't know what he expected right there. I mean, I had everybody in the box. I mean, he could easily see it. Running out of shotgun is kind of a death sentence on 3rd and short because your opponent can just shoot the gap immediately. That's something I've learned the hard way. But you know what? I'm learning it, and I'm definitely not doing it anymore. 3rd, 2nd, and short. Be sure to come out and, like, at least pistol or shotgun. Don't let them get, like, a free rush if you come out in pure shotgun. It's just not going to work. But 3-0, the guy ends up getting his field goal. And then we get back on offense, and we throw a pick. So our first drive ended in a turnover on downs. This one just straight up ends in a turnover, man. I mean, we threw it to Darius Slay. That was just a bad read by me. I mean, straight up, no other way to put it. Horrible read, and he does end up dotting us on the very next play with Tyler Lockett, man. I mean, that was wide open. The guy just hit me with an angle route, or with just a deep post route, not an angle route. And it was wide open. I mean, my safeties, corners just didn't really keep with it. And then I get back on offense, try to stretch the field once again, and I don't learn my lesson. I throw another interception, man. I try to go to Andre Roberts. I saw him break, and I don't know. Andre Roberts probably doesn't have the best route running, and he just didn't really react to the ball at all. He just kept running when the ball got picked, so I guess there was no chance of him catching that one. So right now, 2nd and 11, he does end up finding Alvin Kamara, man. I mean, that Kamara, I guess we got to pay attention to him. 3rd and 3, he does end up going to the end zone once again, and he finds his Allen Robinson. Second post route for a touchdown in his many plays. I mean, this has just not gone well in the past couple plays, man. Past couple drives have just been horrible. I mean, the past 4 drives, you know, his 2 offensive drives, he's converted touchdowns, and ours, we've thrown 2 picks. We've done nothing in this game, but finally we do end up putting some sort of drive together right here. 1st and 10, we go down the field. We find Tyler Higbee, who was a mainly blocking tight end, but he makes that catch luckily. 1st and 10, Nick Foles dropping back, looking for the end zone. Unfortunately, we cannot get that one off. Probably fortunate, honestly. It's probably going to get picked. 2nd and 10, we're looking, can't find anybody. He sends somebody after me, and I find Allen Robinson wide open in the middle of the field. That was just an easy playmaker. He ended up sending the guy that was in his zone. I'm not sure if he used him or whatever, but he was wide, man. We do end up finding Adrian Peterson on the angle route that ended up getting us a touchdown in our first game, and don't get much right there. We decide to run, and I just get stuck on my guard or center. I don't know what that was, man. My center got pushed back, and I just kind of got stuck on him. I was trying to go to the left, got pushed to the right. 3rd and 1, we do end up getting it. And 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line, Andre Roberts ends up coming up with the catch. A nice little high point. Thank God, man. We really needed that. I kind of expected that pass to be a little bit deeper into the back of the end zone as we miss another extra point. Oh, this fucking kick meter. Like I said, man, I'll reiterate it, because I need an excuse. This is my first time playing MUT drafts. It's right there, that unknown beast. What is his name? Beagle? His name's Beagle? Beagle's a beast, I guess, man. But you know what? Whatever. We end up getting the pick just like that, 17-6. After our great touchdown drive, we do end up, I say great, but you know, we got a couple fluky plays. As right there, Allen Robinson just keeps on fighting. Weird animation, but you know, bottom line right now, man, we have a chance to come back. If we end up scoring right here, it's a 1-score game. You know, field goal, I'm not insanely confident in the field goal, but if we end up scoring a touchdown, you know, we're right back in this, man. I mean, just like that, you know, one bad play from him, and, you know, we're right back in this game. So Nick Foles trying to find Allen Robinson, and he does, all the way to the 1-yard line, man. That Allen Robinson just keeps making plays as we do end up sneaking in with Nick Foles to make it 17-13 with this extra point pending. Okay, we're good. Yeah, that's right down the middle. Thank God. So 17-13 at this point. I don't have a ton of confidence in my offense, you know, completely, or mainly just my players. You know, I don't have a ton of confidence in Nick Foles all that much, you know, not very much at all. He was just not good. I just didn't like him, man. I don't know. I don't advise anybody pick Nick Foles. There's just something off about him. Not sure if his release or his throw power. I would just go with anybody besides him. Go with Flacco over him for sure. 97 throw power. That sounds nice. Even if he won't be able to make a throw, Nick Foles just felt weak as fuck. But you know what? Bottom line, don't have a great amount of confidence in my offense. So right now, my defense has to make a stop. We can't be forced to, you know, score twice again. We have to keep this a one-score game. You know, whether it be a field goal, just no touchdown. No touchdown whatsoever. We have to keep this a one-score game, or else I don't like our chances. Is right there. That was our chance for a turnover, man. But unfortunately, Eddie Jackson kind of gets stuck behind the tight end. We can't get the pick. He goes down the field again, and we end up getting the interception. Aqib Talib, 93 overall, playoff edition, man. Those cards are doing work. Allen Robinson, Aqib Talib. Thank God we end up keeping him out of the end zone. That's all I wanted, man. That was really honestly the only thing I wanted. I mean, if we end up getting some points out of this, that'd be crazy. I'm just running some stupid plays. That probably should have been a pick, but the guy overran it. I'm making some hasty reads right now, man, but I'm just trying to make something happen. I just didn't have confidence in this Nick Foles, and I was just trying to make anything I saw happen is right there. It's just overthrown and intercepted. So, you know, we're not able to make anything happen with the 18 seconds left or so that we got. But you know what? I'm just happy we kept him out of the end zone, and going into half, we do have to kick off. So obviously you see how important that was that we got that stop, because going into half with a 2-score lead, or even going in with the field goal. I mean, honestly, if we would have given up the field goal, I wouldn't have been mad. But then it would have made it, on this drive, he can make it a 2-score lead. So right now, if we hold him to a field goal, it stays 1 score, and we stay in this game. We're still trying to be competitive, and goddamn it, we are, man. We're being competitive. We're in this game. We just got to make one big stop. 2nd and 1, he decides to go across the field, and that was a horrible read. But Deion Jones ends up dropping it, I guess, or maybe that ball was just at their feet. He had no chance or something, but, you know, bottom line, we don't get the pick. 4th and 1, decides to go for it, finds his tight end, and I missed the hit stick. Damn it, man. I feel like if I would have laid that hit stick, he would have probably fumbled or at least dropped it, I feel like. I don't know who his tight ends were, but they weren't great. Number 80, I'm not sure who that was. I think it was O'Shaughnessy, probably. I don't know. I think I saw that name multiple times. But you know what, man? This guy's offensive drive continues. That's the gist of it. And right now, we need a pick, and Deion Jones drops another one. Oh, my God. What the fuck, dude? 4th and 4, decides to go for it again and just throw right at him, man. Why the fuck not? We do get the pick with Eddie Jackson, man. I end up just trying to bait this dude to throw downfield, and finally we get him to. That was just, I mean, that was desperation right there. If he lobbed that, it's a touchdown. But honestly, I was playing really heavy in the box, just trying to get him to make a dumb read, and finally he does. We get the ball back. 4 points down, or down by 4 points. God, I need to start wording stuff better. Down by 4 points. We don't do anything because we throw a pick to Leighton Vander Esch. Oh, my God, dude. We're just throwing it away. We have these chances, but we can't do anything. I can't get a feel for this team. And the only guy that I really like throwing to is Allen Robinson. I find myself trying to force it to him. And, you know, Andre Roberts has done well also, but I know he doesn't have great route running. I can't really rely on him. Allen Robinson is probably the guy. But you know what? Right now, it's not looking all that great. We have to make another stop, and this dude's at the 36. So, for all I know, he's in field goal range already. I just have to make another stop, and sure enough, the GOAT, Beagle, ends up coming up with the pick. His 3rd pick of the episode, his 2nd of this game. And just like that, we're right back on offense. We got to make it happen, man. We got to do something. We find our tight end for a couple of yards. I'm just trying to take any yards we can right now. You know, we're down by 4. That's it. We're down by 4 fucking points. All we got to do is put together one drive. It can be methodical. It can be quick. It doesn't matter. We decide to go all the way downfield, and Allen Robinson makes the catch at the 10-yard line. Thank God, man. He was between the safety and the corner. That was a pretty weird animation. It felt like he kind of floated in midair, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean. 2nd and goal. Nick Foles. What? What? That's a fucking high point. I threw a high point, and Nick Foles just tossed it. Just flicked it to the fucking linebacker. You can go back and look at that play. Nick Foles was not hit. Nick Foles was not hit. Even if I gunned that ball, it was weak as fuck. It was not a lob. It was a high point. I remember exactly what happened. Nick Foles, that was a horrible throw. The worst throw I've seen any quarterback make in Madden 19, for me personally. That was awful. I mean, he didn't get touched. Some dude fell in front of him, but he didn't touch his feet. I watched the replay. It didn't happen. It was fucking annoying. And you know what else is annoying? When Alvin Kamara breaks a 43-yard touchdown on you to just seal it and punch you in the dick, man. Oh, my God. Jeez, that turned so quickly. Like, a lot of my MUT episodes are just gameplays in general, or my gameplays in general. It just seems like the games flip with a couple plays, and sure enough, they happen very close to each other. A 43-yard touchdown, a duck pick at the goal line. I will never pick you again, Nick Foles. But something funny happens at the end of this game. Or I guess funny or just sad. I mean, depending on how you look at it. Just the way EA runs their game and how this shit happens. But we end up finding Tyler Higbee right here. And we end up getting a nice replay of his play right here. You know, a nice little, decent catch right there. But then we get a freeze frame of his ass. And it ends up just staying there for probably as long as one of us would sit here until somebody would quit. So nice, EA. Good fucking job. This game ends up glitching at the end or freezing at the end, whatever. From what I've heard, there's no way to get out of this once this happens. Somebody has to quit or close their app so it can be connection to your peers been lost. So somebody would get the win. And I ended up just messaging this dude, just seeing, I wanted to see if it was happening on this or on his end, see if, his side was freezing. Let me know if this has happened to you guys. Unfortunately, man, this is a pretty damn good game that I wanted to finish out, make a full gameplay. But EA had other plans. So I ended up just messaging this dude, question marks. And he ends up saying that, my screen froze. And I end up just quitting, giving him the win. You guys will see. I don't want to act like a bitch and just sit there forever and try to get the win, even though, it is MUT drafts. If we lose, we're out. But that's pretty much it, man. The EA ended up ending this game for us. But unfortunately, just an unfortunate loss. If I'm being honest, we should have made the plays, but I just ultimately did not have a ton of confidence in my offense. Had no running game in that last game when I really needed it. I needed to have some sort of run game. The guy was really just able to play really pass-heavy defense, and with Nick Foles, it was just not really going to work. So, whatever. A pretty tough game. The guy played good, and like I said, I just end up quitting, giving him the win, because again, he deserved it. The guy played better than me. He deserved the win, so that's what I do. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm just going to speed up this last part just so you guys know I don't just sit there and try to get the win. I ain't like that. I'll give this guy his win. He deserved it, like I said. So, GG to him. If he's watching this video somehow, like I said, GG. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Be sure to let me know if you guys want to see more MUT drafts, and as always, I'm out. Peace.